Okay. Obviously proud of my guys. Shoot all three sides of the ball. I'm proud of them. There's a lot of guys that contributed to this win. Proud of the way we practiced all week. Proud of our mentality. Guys were ready to play. So just can't say enough about how they went out there and played hard and was able to, we've been in this situation against some pretty good teams and we weren't able to finish. So was obviously, proud of the guys the way that they finished to get a big win here at home. So with that, take some questions.
Start with your defense. What did you think you were able to do? Obviously, Baylor came in with a lot of hype and leading the conference in scoring, rushing, passing, and you guys obviously had a good day against them. Yeah,
I'd say so. Holding Baylor to 318 yards on 80 plays, I would say, is something that nobody thought that we'd be able to do. We made the decision on Sunday of last week, and I thought Coach Gibson did a great job of executing this decision, but we weren't going to just sit back and let them sit back in the pocket and let them just throw to open space like they did last year. We didn't affect Petty one bit last year, they did a great job of affecting him. We got 4 sacks, and we got to him early, and we played man coverage, and, our plan was to play 4 corners a bunch. 2 starting corners go out in the first half, and it didn't change our game plan. We didn't blink. I've been talking about depth for quite some time. It's going to happen. Starting running back goes out in the first series, and you play all the backs. Starting corners go out, and we just keep playing. Tyler Orlowski goes out for a couple of series, and Matteo gets in there and just plays. So if you got depth, you got a chance to win these games. If you don't have depth, which, obviously we hadn't had much here for the first couple of years in this conference, you're not able to win if you can't replace people that can go in there and play. So, defensively, yes, it was awesome. It was great the way that they played, and they pressured and executed the game plan, and it was great on third down again. And we didn't give up huge plays. There was 1 or 2, but didn't give up big plays as well.
Then offensively, you went vertical early and often. I assume that was part of the game plan. Did you see something in Baylor, or is it just a reflection of the confidence you have in?
Well, it's both. It's both. I mean, we have confidence in Mario and Kevin going vertically, and if you don't have receivers that go vertically, it makes it hard. So we knew Baylor. Tech just played those safeties way deep, and Baylor was not going to play their safeties deep. They played them deeper than I thought they would. I thought that they would zero blitz half the time, and I thought the other time their safeties would be down to help with the run game. It's just who they are and what they do. So we were going to take shots. When we had opportunities, we need to be able to capitalize on them. We're getting better at that. We're still not where we need to be, but we're getting better at that.
Seeing one receiver draw as many pass interference penalties as Kevin did today?
Yeah, I mean, that's how they play. I mean, I could have told you the penalty thing was going to look like this. They had 18. They had 17 against Central Florida. They average about 12. It's how they play, and we knew we were going to do the same thing. We weren't going to be intimidated. We were going to play. We were going to be physical. I told guys to take chances. I told guys in man coverage to be physical. So what I'm looking at here does not surprise me when it comes to the penalties. It's just there was the mentality that we were going to have coming into this game. It's the mentality that they have every single time they line up.
A lot of talented, skilled receiver players. Where does Kevin rank with you?
He's doing what some of the best ones that I've seen. I thought Goodley was a great player. I thought he was a great player. I think Kevin has improved to the point where he's in that discussion now. Over 1,000 yards in 7 games. He's on pace for statistically to do what Crabtree and Blackman and Stedman did. And again, he keeps getting better. He keeps getting better, and I think his best football is ahead of him.
The touchdown pass to Alford over the middle, did you move him inside, or did he come from the outside?
He came from the outside. Okay. Yeah, but we do that a good bit. We move backs around, to try to create matchups with it. And, we moved them a little bit, but we never created the matchups. Sometimes you get matchups, sometimes you don't. They were going to keep their corners on our 2 wideouts. But I got pretty fired up on that one. That one excited me. We've been working that man coverage when they blitz, and we hit it, and then he just used the speed to go score. I thought Mario had an average day. You know, he made that play, but I thought he had an average day.
Danny, you said earlier this week, you said something about Riddick hadn't done it yet. Are you ready now?
Yeah, I'll pat him on the back now. I'll pat him on the back now. He got to the quarterback. That's why he came here. That's why we wanted him a part of our team. He again continues to get better. It's the same discussion. It's just hard for those guys to. Charles Sims was a rare talent that adjusted quickly. First-year players, it takes time. Kevin White, it took a whole year. You know, Mario, he was spotty. You know, Clint was spotty last year. You know, Riddick is getting to the point to where he's settling in and understanding things and doing great. I think he had 2 sacks, which was great.
Danny, you talked about your defense, but your run defense in particular, could you address that? Because that's one of the better run teams in the country. You're able to stop them.
Absolutely it is. It had something to do with how many people we put in there, too. You know, we weren't going to just play way off. And, you know, when they gashed us on one of those runs on their last possession, we were off because it was 3rd and 18, I believe, or 2nd and 18. That's what we did all last year, you know. So we were going to play with our safeties down. We were going to blitz. We were going to put people in the box to be able to help stop that. That affects the quarterback when you throw it, but it stops the run game as well.
Danny, when Gibby has that plan on Sunday, obviously now it sounds terrific, but at the moment it must sound a little risky because of Baylor's reputation offensively. Did it make sense right away, or did he need to convince you a little bit?
Didn't care. Thought it was the best thing to do. He thought it was the best thing to do. I seconded it. You know, at we started going to it at a halftime against Texas Tech too. You know, a little bit. Made that adjustment at halftime. I thought they put in some things that was great. Again, you look what happened last year. They were hot last year when we played them, and we played off, didn't play good, and it was a bloodbath. But we weren't going to let that happen this year.
You already talked about the injuries a little bit, but particularly a cornerback with the guys going down. Can you talk about what your defense was able to do, not missing a beat there?
Well, Icky continues to be a real solid guy for us. I mean, he does. He's doing some great things, having a great senior year. Ricky Rumpf, I think, deserves a shout-out. Went in there and played a ton of snaps, has not played a bunch. You know, been in the program for 3 years now and is a capable backup to be able to go in there. I don't know. I would assume that those guys will be back. Darryl had like a rib thing, and Chestnut got his bell rung. But, yeah, having guys go in to play at a high level when guys go down is what you have to do if you want to win games in the Big 12.
And twice you went back with no punt returner.
Well, that's a great question. Shocker that one came up, right?
What were you thinking?
I don't know. What, you want me to go back there? I mean, Darryl made a bad decision. He's new at it. I mean, you know, went back with Jordan, and one of the reasons we did it was because of the wind. And you know, the first time he didn't even know there wasn't a punt returner back there, and it hung up, and I thought it was a good decision. And then they saw that there was nobody back there, and they quick kicked it, so then we had to pick somebody back there. And Jordan does okay. He does okay.
You know, you're just fresh off. You just beat the number 4 team in the country. I'm sure you're going to be in the top 25. What does this mean to your program, you think?
Well, I mean, we, you know, felt like we were pretty good. I mean, we did. I mean, we were disappointed in Oklahoma. We were disappointed in Alabama. We were in that game in the 4th quarter, and we didn't finish, you know, and we didn't feel good about just being in the game. That's what I told them at halftime. We're not in this to finish close again. Let's go out there and win. So, you know, I commend our players for being very motivated this week. Had a great week of practice. I told them this isn't the Super Bowl. The season's not over. You know, enjoy it tonight, but get ready to show back up tomorrow to work because we're playing another ranked team again next week.
It's not the Super Bowl, but first top 5 win at home since 2003. Is this one going to stick with you for a while, the senior?
I mean, yeah, if we win next week, you know, I mean, we'll enjoy it tonight. You know, we'll be excited about it. I mean, it's great for our fan base. It's great for our coaching staff. It's great for our university. You know, we will enjoy it. Again, you know, tomorrow is you turn the page and you move on, and we got Oklahoma State next week, which will be a tough game on the road against a ranked opponent. So you better not enjoy it too much.
What happened to Shell?
Foot, he'll be fine.
You talk about the running, not to be a broken record here, but the running back situation was a lot like the cornerbacks. Guys came in, and Dreamus in particular, I think, had a pretty good game for you. I mean, your depth there and how that's different from in the past.
I mean, we've got 5 guys that can play. They each bring a little bit something different to the table. Bowie made a couple of huge plays. Wendell made a couple of great runs. Dreamus came in. And again, I've talked a lot about this. Our team is very unselfish at this point, which needs to be the case if you want to be successful and win. Take a guy like Dreamus, he could have been pouting here for the last few weeks, and Bowie could have been pouting. Those guys have all been the man. And right now they're not, but they're still going to go in there, and they're still an integral part of what we're doing.
You've listed just maturity as the reason your team's able to get over rough spots.
Yeah.
It's obviously about as bad as you can start a game.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, but nobody panicked on it. I mean, we got guys that have been in these games. A lot of these guys on defense that were making plays like Carl and KJ and Icky and Kyle Rose and Quit and Wes were all a part of this a couple years ago when we were all playing these guys as true freshmen and gave up 63 against them. Everybody forgets that we gave up 63 when we scored 70, but and I did say that both defenses are better, and I think after the game you can tell that both defenses are better.